Hello. Just tuck myself in. Oh, hello. How are you all doing? I'm okay. So, first day yesterday, I'm on to my second day. Yesterday, well, in fact, all of this week is mostly meetings, meeting people, filling in forms, called the onboarding week, really. So, yeah, I'm learning all of the systems. That it's quite high tech compared to what I'm used to. Well, no, I mean, it's not high tech. There's just a lot more technology used. It's different. It's different systems I'm going to have to get used to. It looks easier. It looks better. So, yeah, I've got some training to do, policies to read, some more forms to fill in, all going as it should. Everyone's looking after me. Everyone's so nice and welcoming. I have to say, I didn't realise that I felt isolated. I maybe did feel isolated before, but I'm certainly not going to be here. They have this little chat system and everybody's there, so it's sort of like I met with communications manager, and she said it's sort of like because you're on your own, being able to look over your desk, and say hi. They have this social chat thing, so it's quite good. So where you would normally in the office have a natter while you're making a cup of tea on your tea break, instead you have this sort of like little online chat, which is quite nice. I've just made myself a coffee. I've had a meeting with HR. She was lovely. And yeah, it's all just going as it should at the moment. It's all going well. I thought that I would be straight on with students, but they like to make sure that you're properly onboarded and that you understand all of the systems and how everything's done before you get your hands on any learners. But that's okay. I quite like that. It's given me a little bit of breathing space to meet everybody, learn the new systems, before I'm actually let loose on the learners. So that's where I am at the moment. Not much else to say right now. In my spare time, getting ready for Halloween. So you'll see the Halloween video come out in October, as that's the Halloween month. And I'll start decorating for that, get the house ready. I'm looking forward to Halloween a lot. And then I'm going to start getting ready for Christmas. I'm going to still have my DIY day, which will be Saturday, and I'm still going to have a day off, which will be Sunday. So things are going to be quite busy for me for a while, but Mike has taken to house husband like a duck to water. He's been cleaning and laundry and putting things up. Maybe cleaned anyway, but he's really got into it. We've had a couple of casualties when he's been washing pots, but I'm not bothered. The pots are ready to be thrown, to be honest. I need a new set, but there's some quite nice ones in, and I spotted in Morrison's, so I might just nip in there tonight after work and get a couple of bits and bobs. Yeah. Right, I'm waiting for my next meeting, so I'll finish my coffee. I'll speak to you later. Hello, have you forgotten what I look like? Oh, my hair's a mess. Oh, it's one of those days. I'd got it beautiful, and then I went out and walked Willow, and it's like that wet in the air. So I came back, and it was just, but never mind. So, update. I just stopped to have a quick coffee. I don't know if I've shown you this. Have I shown you this? I started doing the curtains in here and I've done one of them. It only took me a week to take them up. But that's, yeah, I think I have shown you it. It goes really well with that. Yeah, I think I've said that before. I've got some deja vu going on. So I've just got to do the other one. And I'll probably do that as a sewing video just to show you, yeah, how I've taken up the curtains. I don't know if that's of any interest to anybody at all. Right. So as you know, Mike's been doing the house husband thing. He's been doing an online shop, which was hilarious. Hilarious. So Mike doing an online shop. Gosh, it's a bit messy in my room again. But anyway. Yeah, 4 years later. And I've still got to go through and check everything. Check what he's done and what he's ordered. Because goodness knows. Yeah. So all I could hear constantly was, how much? It can't be that much. There must be something cheaper than that. It's going through, scrolling. Camera stopped. We're going to have to invest in a new camera. If we're going to continue with YouTube and do it properly. This is no good. Can't have the camera keep conking out on us. I'm going to sit you down. Hang on. Brace yourself. There you go. Yeah. Price of stuff is constantly going through. Moaning about the price of cheese. I don't even know if he's ordered any cheese. I'll have to check. But there'll be stuff that is, you know, he might have ordered too much in terms of what can fit in the freezer. So it's things like that that I just need to check, because the freezer's still pretty full of all those budget meals that I've been doing, and I am working my way through those. So what else? Update. Work. Nearly finished my first week. It's Friday tomorrow. I've had it's mostly meetings, been meeting people and going through systems training. Next week I'm shadowing the person that I'm replacing. So a nice young lad, and he's leaving for a different type of job, a different role. So I'm taking his role. So I'm going to be shadowing him and literally looking at the way he does things. I'll pick that up. And then as I get into it, I'll change it around to the way that I do things. That makes more sense to me. So yeah, I've got another meeting at 12:30, so I've got an hour. And I've done everything. So I've said to a couple of them, I feel a little bit like a spare wheel, just waiting to meet different people when I could be doing something. So they said that they will let me loose. Next week, they've given me 4 new learners that I can do an induction with. And then they're going to give me some papers to mark so I can get used to that. Some of the qualifications are different to what I used to do. So I do want to get familiar with those before the lad leaves that is mentoring me next week. So that was the update. That was the update on my work. I'm on with a couple of sewing projects. One is my stepdaughter's birthday present, and the other is the other curtain that I need to take up. It's so full on. It's a 40-hour week at this job, so it's a lot more hours than I used to do. I'll get used to it and I'll get into a routine and a flow of things. It's just feeling a little bit odd at the moment that I'm mostly up here in my room and Mike's sort of doing most of the YouTube. And I'm going to apologise again. I'm finding it too much to reply to all of the comments. I will get through them eventually. But do know that I do read them. I read them. I haven't got time to, at the moment, to sit and type and do replies. But I am trying to at least like and love and put a thank you in if I can, just to get through them. But it's because the channel just went boom, and I think we're at 3,700. So I think that's about either 14 or 1,600 new subscribers in September. Oh, I've still got the earnings video to do, how much I've earned since I've been monetized. So I'll plan that for my day off, Sunday. I'm going to record that on Sunday, so that'll get scheduled out. And also my sewing projects. I've got a few leftover things to do for Halloween. So that video, I've yet to prep that. I coloured my hair. I did my grey roots. I coloured my hair. I haven't turned it yet. I've got a toner to put on, so it's still a little bit on the yellowy blonde side. Not too bad. I put a purple mask on this morning, so it's calmed it down a little bit. But I do need to put some toner on. Yeah, that's about it really. What else? What else have I been doing? Oh, I can't forget this. So, when the house is finished and over winter, well, the house won't be finished over winter. I think the house will be finished around about springtime. But in my spare time, over winter, I was thinking, as little sewing projects, of making things that I might sell. I already have an Etsy shop, and I have a coffee shop as well. So I was thinking of just making a few bits and seeing if they sell. If not, there'll be birthday presents or Christmas presents next year throughout the year. But I was coming up with a little brand name. So one thing that I know I can make a lot of quite quickly and fairly cheaply are things like makeup bags and wash bags. And I was having a look at some labels. So when you see those that sell, they have the little labels on with a little brand name on the outside. But I can't think, oh, my nails need doing. I can't think of a brand name, and I've come up with a few things, and I might do a poll on it. So on YouTube you can fill out a poll form, post it, and then we ask you to vote for which you want. Oh, so it'll be a brand name for my little sewing projects that I'm thinking of doing. I won't be doing things like oven mitts because I worked it out, and in order for you to get the material that you need and the time that it takes to make them, I'd end up being on about £6 an hour. So that's not very profitable. But there are other things. I'm also thinking of the products. I've been trying to upcycle stuff. So, for example, a really nice bedsheet from a charity shop, boil wash and make it into something else, you know, anything really. So I'm thinking of that. One of the brand names I was thinking was, which I thought was quite cute, is Chew. So Chew, C-H-E-W, and the reason I thought of that was for the C-H-E for Cheryl and the W for my surname, so Chew. And then another one I thought, well, why not Willow? That's a lovely name. That'd look nice on a label. Willow has a middle name, Mabel. She is Willow Mabel. So Mabel's quite a nice name as well. And I also love my mum's name, which is Maggie. I've always loved the name Maggie. And Maggie's quite a nice little brand name for homemade products. It sounds really homely, I think. Maybe that's because my mum's name just reminds me of home, but I love the name Maggie. And then there's the different ways that you could spell that as well. And what was the other one? I thought maybe if it was Mabel, it might be Made by Mabel or Mabel Made, something like that, and play with the made bit. I don't know, but I'm gonna pull a list together, do a poll. So I'd really appreciate it if you went on, did a vote, and voted for which one that you would quite like to see as a label. If you think, you know, your ideas on it, you know what I mean. I'm rambling again. I'm gonna get ready for my meeting. Right, thank you again so much for watching and for sticking with us. Hello again to all our new subscribers, and a big love and hug to all of my originals, the oldies who've been with me for a while. Some of you have had a really horrible, rotten time, and just massive kisses. If I could crawl through the screen and give you a cuddle, I would. Right, I need a coffee. I need a coffee and I need a biscuit. You know what I'm going to say? I'll see you on the next one. Bye.